You ever notice how every few years the White House Correspondents Dinner gets described as a celebration of the First Amendment, and then immediately turns into Hunger Games, but with tuxedos and open bar tabs? Because this year, we didn't get jokes, we didn't get accountability, we didn't even get a clean PR win. We got chaos. And depending on who you asked, that chaos was either a security failure, a political disaster, or, if you've been online for more than 12 minutes, a 4D chess move orchestrated by shadowy handlers. Now, I've got a Marine Corps background, Desert Storm, which means I've seen real operations. And let me tell you, if that was staged, that was the sloppiest op in human history. Let's rewind. A week before the dinner, a group of veteran journalists, including notables like Dan Rather and Sam Donaldson, basically sent an open letter. Hey, maybe instead of laughing with the president, we try holding him accountable to his face. Which is wild because that's literally the job description. But at the Correspondents' Dinner, that's when it becomes controversial, because this event isn't just journalism, it's access theater. It's where reporters become guests, politicians become performers, and everyone pretends that this is normal. So now you've got a problem. If you're Donald Trump, or more accurately, the people who manage his image, you're walking into a room where the press might actually do journalism. It's live streamed, and you can't control the script. That's not an event, that's a risk. Because everyone at that dinner is trapped. Option 1, cancel. If Trump cancels, now the story becomes, why did he back out? Health, mental acuity, afraid of criticism, and suddenly a one-night event turns into a multi-day narrative cycle. Strike 1. Option 2, show up and take it. If he shows up and gets publicly confronted, now you've got viral clips, real-time reactions, zero message control. Strike 2. Option 3, show up and dominate. That's the ideal. But here's the problem. You don't control a room full of journalists the same way you control a rally. Different battlefield, different rules of engagement. Strike 3. So what do you do when you're 3 strikes down? You punt. And then something goes horribly wrong. Security incident, chaos, event disrupted. But now here's where we need to stay grounded. There is no credible evidence that this was staged. Staging something like this would require coordination across multiple agencies, risk to real people, and zero leaks in a city that operates like a screen door on a submarine. It's not impossible, but it's wildly improbable, because whether it was staged or not, the effect is what matters. The dinner didn't become a roast or a reckoning, it became a security story. Which means no confrontation, no viral accountability moment, no uncomfortable questions in the room. And just like that, the tension between press and power diffused. This is the part that nobody wants to say out loud. The Correspondents' Dinner is structurally broken. You cannot celebrate the First Amendment, hold power accountable, and maintain cozy social relationships all in the same room at the same time over dessert. That's not journalism. That's social networking with a laugh track. Every once in a while, someone breaks the script, like when Stephen Colbert went after George W. Bush to his face. And the room didn't laugh. Because the second it becomes real, the illusion breaks. Look, I'm a libertarian, which means I trust the government about as much as I trust gas station sushi. But I also don't need a conspiracy to explain dysfunction. Sometimes the truth is simpler. Politicians want control, media wants access, and both sides have built an event that makes real accountability almost impossible. So when something goes sideways, everyone fills in the blanks with whatever story fits their particular worldview. So here's the one-sentence reform. End the Correspondents' Dinner as a social event, and replace it with a live, unscripted press forum. No tuxedos, no comedians, no pretending. Just questions, answers, and nowhere to hide. Because if the press wants credibility and the president wants legitimacy, then maybe, just maybe, stop meeting as friends and start acting like what you're supposed to be, adversaries in a free society.